Hi everyone, welcome to our fire breath little workshop today. So I've had a few people ask me to do a fire breath workshop because it's a breath work that comes up really often in Kundalini yoga, and it's great just to do for lung health as well as a little air workout if you want. So I'm going to show you breath of fire in various positions and what it's supposed to look like. So please feel free to practice this in hero pose or in a very comfortable seated position such as easy pose or half lotus or full lotus. Okay. So breath of fire is this really energizing, strong, powerful, fierce, breath. It's really about kind of channeling your inner animal, your inner beast. So I've had a few people give me analogies over the years, and the one person said to me they imagined kind of a steam train, those old school ones where they just chuck, I find that's really helpful for me personally. Some people said they like to imagine they're blowing out candles on a cake, and I'll show you how that all looks just now. And they also said you should channel kind of something really powerful and strong. So the other day during a spirit animal meditation, I kind of had this vision of this really strong beast running through the forest and the jungle, and it was like panting. And that rhythm of that panting just kept me going through the breath of fire or fire breath. It is a really hot breath in the sense that you get really hot and sweaty. That is expected. If at any stage during the breath or the yoga meditation or sequence, you start feeling nauseous, dizzy, heart palpitations, anything abnormal, please cease the breath. Also, if you start to feel out of breath, then stop what you're doing and just take a refresher breath, get your heart rate back down, and then you can continue breath of fire. So there's two ways you can do breath of fire, through the nose or through the mouth. And then through the mouth, there's a few mouth positions you can use. So let's just start with the basic breath of fire, which is done through the nose. So if you're seated on your backside or your bottom, please make sure you're sitting evenly between your bum bones. So what that means is the pressure between the left and right bum bone or bum cheeks, depending how cushy you are, is even. And also make sure you're not sitting forward, so you're not sitting on your pubic bone or too far back sitting on your coccyx. So from the side, this is what we're looking for. So we're not looking for, that sort of forward arched movement, nor are we looking for the sort of hunched movement. It's kind of right in between, where we're nice and elongated. So it's a nice normal curvature of the spine, nice and tall. The shoulders are nice and relaxed, and the chin is parallel to the ground. Okay. If you do have slightly droopy shoulders or a chest that kind of collapses a bit, you're going to really struggle with this breath because you don't have enough space here. So we kind of want those nice open shoulders, relaxed diaphragm, relaxed ribs. And we're going to put our hands on our knees. And this is kind of where the blowing out the candle analogy works really well. So you imagine you've got a candle in front of you, and you're going to blow out that candle with your breath. And it's this really strong, powerful exhale, and it comes from the navel area. So it's a sort of pumping of the navel in the exhale. We don't really focus on the inhale, it's all in the exhale. So let's kind of go here together and practice just pumping that navel. So in other words, you're just sucking that belly button and that abdomen into the back of the spine. So from the side, you're looking at something like this. You're just sucking, you're drawing that navel back. Yeah. And once you've got the hang of that, you can commence with the actual exhale. So the exhale again is this really strong exhale. We've got our candle and we're blowing out our candle. So it's this really strong exhale through the nose. The inhale actually happens passively. The inhale will just happen. Your lungs know what to do because the lungs work on a pressure system. So when you're exhaling that hard, your lungs will automatically inhale. Okay, so it's just this. And as you feel more confident with the breath, you can go faster. So you can kind of really pick up that pace. Take a nice deep inhale with a refresher. Sigh out the exhale. Okay, so if at this stage you want to practice that a bit more, you can pause the video and just practice the navel pumping, or just practice the breath on its own, and then you can combine the two. If you feel comfortable with that, we can continue into the breath of fire through the mouth. So the breath of fire through the mouth is done in an O shape. So in other words, we put our mouth in like this little pucket shape. And in Kundalini yoga, sometimes we call this the cannon breath. So you can imagine your mouth like a cannon, and you're expelling, that gunpowder and that blast through the mouth. Okay, so we're going to take a nice deep inhale. Sigh out the exhale. And you can start pumping your navel just to get the hang of things. And you can start putting your mouth into an O shape. And when you're ready, you exhale as you draw the navel in, because as that navel comes in, it also helps expel that air. So. Really important with breath of fire is sometimes when I'm teaching a class, I see participants kind of really starting to scrunch the shoulders or tense the neck and trying to bring in auxiliary muscles to try and do the work. It's literally an abdominal pump. You're pumping this abdomen and you're expelling that air out. So the more you focus on getting this pump right, the easier it's going to be to maintain it. It does get very tiring. The abdomen does begin to burn, those muscles start to burn. It's the best way to get a seated ab workout. I suppose summer bodies are made during lockdown. And again, don't scrunch the shoulders, because the moment we start compressing everything here, we're shutting down that respiratory system. So our posture is so important for respiration. And especially since COVID-19 is a respiratory pathology, it's really important to keep our respiratory system as healthy as possible. Okay, so we're going to do that together. Mouth in an O shape, start pumping the navel. I'm just going to show you what the side angle looks like here. If you find sitting like this really uncomfortable, then you can go into hero pose. So you just bring your legs under you and you bring your heels and your hips together, so you join the two. And again, you don't want that arched spine, you don't want the rounded spine, you want a nice neutral spine, nice and elongated. Always kind of imagining you're lengthening up towards the ceiling, keeping the chin parallel to the ground, or it's still like 90-degree angle here. Okay, again, shoulders on scrunchy, they're also not too arched back. We're keeping everything nice and relaxed. Alright, so again, this is what it looks like from the side. If you still find this too difficult to sit like this, you are more than welcome to sit on a yoga block, and you can kind of elevate you, or you can also sit in easy pose on a yoga block because it also elevates you. And again, if this doesn't work at all, you're more than welcome to sit on like a little poof or a bolster, or even just a chair. I mean, breath of fire can be practiced anywhere. Like I said, it's just if you get dizzy or feel nauseous or anything that just feels out of the ordinary, just stop, take a few refresher breaths and continue. If the symptoms continue, then stop. That means you're done for that day, and you can always try the next day or a couple of days later. Alright, so let's do a sequence together. We're going to do through the nose and we're going to do through the mouth. I will guide you and I will keep the time for you. So when you're ready, find your comfortable seated position. You can pause the video at this stage if you need. Sit up nice and tall, lengthen. Alright, start pumping your navel, and we can start with the nasal breath. Keep going. So this is that stage where you really want to bring in, your spirit animal, or a beast, or that analogy of the candle or the steam train. It's really going to keep you going. I also find it really helpful to either close my eyes or focus on, a specific point, so I don't have things distracting you while I'm trying to keep the rhythm. Start to pick up the pace a little bit. Take a nice refresher breath. Sigh out the exhale. Inhale again. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Suspend the in-breath. Sigh out the exhale. Good. You really want to expand those ribs. Inhale. See how the ribs kind of expand, the abdomen expands. Exhale. Everything kind of compresses. Good. Now we're going to do the cannon breath with the fire breath. So, nice and tall, whatever seated position you want. Start pumping the navel and breathe out through the mouth. Inhale, sigh out the exhale. Take a nice few refresher breaths in your own time. So I hope you found this video helpful in terms of breath of fire. It's one of my favorite Kundalini breaths. It's just a great way to get energy into a class and into your own practice. So thank you so much for joining me. You are more than welcome to contact me on WhatsApp or Facebook, depending on what medium you'd like to use to contact me. If you have any other questions, I will be more than happy to help. And thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again. Satnam.